One of the most controversial figures in the world of the NBA is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the ability that he possesses, foul baiting in an extraordinarily successful manner. However, the OKC superstar feels like he's been treated very poorly by the NBA experts regarding this matter, and had a very slam dunk type of statement to everyone who says that his gameplay relies solely on free throws. But is Shai truly a free throw merchant, as Twitter users like to call him? Or is he just brilliantly smart? There is no doubt that Shai has been able to push the entire league to its boundaries when it comes to the foul baiting. At certain times, it reaches the point where you have to ask yourself whether you are playing basketball correctly. And even though many NBA experts have tried to push the narrative that Shai is an extremely talented player who exploits the rules to perfection, the fact that this has been going on for a very long period of time points towards the other direction. And in an interview with Richard Jefferson, a former NBA champion with the Cavaliers back in their legendary 2016 season, Shai said something that raised a lot of eyebrows. He was doing exactly the same when the Thunder weren't nearly as competitive as they are now. But now that they are number one, it seems like everyone is taking notice of his particular gameplay. Elaborating further on this, Shai said, "When I wasn't sending their favorite player home, when I wasn't sending their team home, then no one cared that I was shooting 11 free throws a night and scoring this number of points. Now that I am doing it and I am averaging 9 free throws, the whole world is exploding about it. I love it. It just means they're thinking about me." But if you are an NBA pundit, you'd find it very hard to believe the narrative of Shai. And one that received a lot of heat for the change of his narrative when it comes to Shai is Mike Malone, especially after the former Nuggets coach stated that SGA showed why he is the MVP in Game 1. This came before he was voted officially as the MVP of the league. And now there is one thing that Malone said that raised eyebrows among the NBA fans. When addressing the whistles that Shai has been receiving for the entirety of the season, especially in the playoffs, Malone had a perfect one-word reaction. Let's hear it.
Michael, there might be a more subtle way to ask this question, but I don't want to try to hide it. I want to ask it directly. What do you think of the whistle that he gets?
Favorable.
At this point, it's clear as the sky. Malone is losing credibility as a legitimate NBA pundit, and it seems like he cannot get over the fact that he was sacked from the Nuggets so easily with 2 games left to play in the regular season. And now, even from a neutral point of view, he is trying to recall his statements revolving around the most sensitive topic in the world of NBA. Elaborating further on this, Malone said, "I did vote for Nikola Jokic for MVP this year if I had a vote. I want to make sure the people of Denver know that, because I am getting a lot of heat back home." Be that as it may, the situation surrounding Shai and his technique of playing the game of basketball caught many by surprise. Obviously, the NBA is not doing anything to prevent such a unique foul-baiting style, and it seems like they are endorsing it to a great extent. At one point, Shai had more free throws than the starting lineup of the entire Wolves team, 13 compared to 12. He finished the game with 13 made free throws out of 15 attempts, and it's a massive contributor to his stat sheet. But is there something that the NBA can do to prevent such a style of being heavily favoured? For the first time, it seems like Mike Malone is joining a club of other, far more renowned pundits in the NBA world, like Doris Burke, who said that there is a reason why Shai is being called the free throw merchant on Twitter. Apart from her, Bill Simmons said that the fouls that the superstar of Thunder is receiving are just really awful, and they don't resemble anything else that's happening in the playoffs. The NBA world is really done with this type of play style, but at a certain point, you just have to ask yourself, is Shai exploiting the league to the absolute maximum? And more importantly, why isn't everyone else adapting to this specific type of drawing fouls with minimal contact? If we are to have a closer look at this play, we can see one very important thing. Jaden McDaniels applied a very strong defense on Shai, and the reason might be because he got blown out twice in one possession. When SGA slowed down in order to draw the foul, it was clear as the sky that he received exactly what he wanted, a strong foul from one of the best defenders in the NBA. And when talking about this in the post-game conference, McDaniels has gone on to say, "I just wanted to foul him for real. I wasn't even mad. I just had fouls to use." I guess he was right, but I doubt that he wasn't mad. Just look at this particular play of SGA. It's a type of strategy that Brunson has used for a very long period of time, but it wasn't as heavily criticised. We can clearly see how SGA is literally grabbing the hand of McDaniels and is receiving 2 free throws. You can't compete with that. Yes, you can make the argument that McDaniels has reached a bit too far, and SGA is going to use it in his favour 10 times out of 10 because that is precisely what James Harden did in his prime. But is this really a good basketball game to watch? So now that the Timberwolves are down 2-0, what's something they can do in order to limit the bleeding against OKC? A team that seems to be heading forward to the chip without any hesitation at all. Obviously, the turnovers are a big problem. In Game 1, the Wolves had 19 turnovers, 6 of which came in the fourth quarter. In the second game, they did improve that number to 14, but it's still too high if you want to play basketball against a team that preys on scoring points off turnovers and fast breaks. Another strong point is the performance of the role players. We've seen how the Thunder has been delivering performance from all types of players and from everywhere on the court. The same cannot be said for the Wolves. If we are to look at the downfall of Julius Randle, we are going to understand why they have a lot more issues to address other than the free throws of SGA. In Game 2, Randle played for 31 minutes and scored just 6 points. On top of that, he was accountable for 4 turnovers and shot only 2 from 11, which resulted in him being benched the entire fourth quarter. There is no doubt that a lot needs to be addressed regarding the role players of the Wolves, and one of them is Rudy Gobert as well. With his physique, he should be dominating the paint in a similar fashion to how he did against the Lakers. But we are not seeing any version of him that shows the potential of turning the game in their direction. In Game 1, Gobert had only 5 points and 9 rebounds, and in the second one, he had 2 points and 3 rebounds. The worrying fact, just 1 block per game, and with 2 personal fouls, it's not even a foul issue at this point. It's just lack of confidence that he can get to the paint and bully Holmgren with brute force. In Game 1, Gobert shot 2 out of 5, whereas in Game 2, he shot 1 out of 3. And if you have a starting centre with these stats, you need to question yourself, is this really working? With all this in mind, do you think that the Wolves have officially lost the series against the Thunder? And more importantly, do you think that the brilliant and rather furious gameplay of SGA is going to pay its dividends in the big picture format? Let us know in the comments below, and once you do that, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen right now.